Hello. Howdy. Oh, dude, you stuck up on me, man.
George,
I tend to do that.
I didn't know it was another reunion this week with Budda Baker. Some of your best moments seem like against Budda. You lost him on a couple of routes in the past. What's it like going against him? He goes hard every week.
I will say Budda is one of my favorite players in the NFL. His motor and the way he plays the game is, I honestly, him and Max Crosby, like just how they are 120% on every single snap for every single snap of the entire game. They never come out. They always make plays. They're always in the right place at the right time. He hits really hard. And like, if you think, oh, he's not the biggest guy, he's going to smoke you and he's going to cause some damage. So I love going against Budda. I love people who are at their best at all times, because it makes you have to be at your best at all times. And that's what good football is. So I'm always excited to play Budda. I'd rather play the Cardinals without him, but it's whenever he is out there, he's always the guy that we focus on, and a guy that's really fun to compete against.
On the other side of the ball, one of your favorite position, Trey McBride. I don't know how much you paid attention to kind of his development, but what have been your impressions if you have seen him and where he's come along?
He's got confidence in his ability, and when you have confidence, that helps out a lot. But what he does a good job of, he separates. He has a great forward lean. He runs a little bit. He's got great bursts, and he's confident with his hands. And so he's doing all the right things. And then you just keep watching, like week after week, he's just getting more comfortable while playing there. Kyler's getting really used to him, and a quarterback's favorite player is like tight end that's consistent. So I think he's just doing a great job with that, and he's taking advantage of that. And also, you look, and he's doing a great job getting some extra yak. He's stiff arm, and he's breaking tackles. He's not running out of bounds. I mean, he's doing all the right things, and he's playing tight end the right way. So it's just kind of fun to see that.
So you are keeping tabs on him, it's safe to say.
Maybe. I don't know. I love tight ends. Wait, yeah. I can't help myself.
How much risk, can you kind of explain to the layman how much responsibility Jake Brent has in this offense as far as pre-snap?
He has a lot of responsibilities. Jacob is responsible for a lot of things. Just having a target, all these run plays where, hey, this is a Will declared play. Hey, this is a Mike declared play. This is hey, we had to push it out of the box, and all these plays while they all kind of run together, but at the same time, they're all completely different. So there's always a lot in this play. Then, hey, man, there's a guy head up of you. There's a guy in the gap. There's a guy two away from you. It's just like, he is always on the fly, having to adjust. It's not the same every single play for him. So when you have someone like that that's very consistent at what he's doing, who takes the job very seriously, it allows us to kind of do all those crazy things, and it makes it way harder on defenses. So when Jake's on his game plan, it makes it a lot easier for us, and he's usually on his game plan.
So is he barking out still? How does it get communicated?
Yeah, he's barking out constantly, and then it's crazy too. I think it's gotten better every single year that I've been here, just like the communication, because, hey, you're on the road and Jake says something and I have to hear what Jake says, but I can't hear him. And so then it just goes down the line and everyone's just communicating down the line. It's just kind of fun to be a part of an offense that takes that really seriously and is also really good at it, because I'm relying on Colton and Trent to tell me what they're doing, so I know what I'm doing on a lot of these run plays.
Cliche goes, throw the previous records out the window. When you guys meet each other, Arizona, San Francisco, what is it about this team that just makes you guys work for it every time?
You know what? Division rival. That's one of the biggest things. When you're in the division, you're playing each other 2 times a year. You obviously build up some, I don't know if it's grudges or just some resentment, or just guys want to win and people hate to lose. And Arizona's a team that, if you look at the tape recently too, they've upset some teams. Have they lost some games? Yeah, sure. They have a new coaching staff. They don't. They had a lot of turnover, but if you watch the tape right now, they are flying around and they're playing the defense that their coach wants them to play, and they're playing it at a really high level. It's completely different than really almost any other defense you've seen in the league, how they're doing all their coverages, how they're using Budda Baker. And then when you throw a guy like Budda into that defense, and if they're all in their P's and Q's, then, T's and Q's? No, it's P's and Q's. And when they're all on it, they're playing a really, really good defense. They have a great run defense, and they do a lot of weird stuff in the pass game. So we have to really be on our stuff and to play a good game. And last time we played them, I think Brock was 24 of 25. We have to be pretty damn efficient. So that's just the goal for us, to continue to be efficient, convert on third downs, and just stay on the field.
And they're coming off a bye.
That's a tough bye for them. Goodness gracious, we're week 14 bye. Yeah. That's really brutal. We should, I think we should get to two byes at some point, NFL at commish, but we'll get to there someday. But you know what? We deal with that a lot. You know, sometimes it works in their advantage where they're getting a break. Sometimes it works in our advantage where, hey, you take a week off, you're a little bit sloppy. So, you know, I'm just going to fully expect that they're going to come out there and give us everything they got.
I know Brock's been accurate across the board, but deep passes especially, I haven't seen a completion rate as high as his this year. Does this? You've practiced with him now for a while. I know week 2 he missed a couple shots downfield, but since then doesn't seem like he's missed anything. Has he kind of found his stride? Have you seen this type of deep accuracy consistently through practice as well, behind the scenes?
Definitely have seen the consistency. You know, I'll say too, like, Brock was on a pitch count in training camp. He didn't throw it all the entire offseason. You know, he's coming off that surgery, and so it's just like getting reps, and then you just find your confidence, and then you get used to guys you're throwing it to, because throwing a deep ball to Debo was a lot different than throwing a deep ball to IU. It's a lot different than throwing a deep ball to me or Christian. So, you know, he's just getting used to us running those routes, and then the more opportunities that we get throughout practice, I think he's just, yeah, you could say he's found his rhythm, or he's just gotten used to us running those. And now you just see that on game days. We're taking a lot of those shots and we're just executing them. And yeah, guys running great routes, and you have Brock just playing Brock ball.
Their body language tells that he can notice once you guys are in the open field and ready to go.
Ooh, I mean, you'd have to ask them that. All I know is I always tell them I'm just open. Yeah. And then Debo tells them that he's open. And Ayuk tells them that he's open. Jawan's always open. It's kind of, Juice is actually always open. They just forget to cover him sometimes. It's crazy. No respect for fullbacks these days. But, you know, he'll get some of those too. But, yeah, no, Brock just does a really good job of, hey, you know, this is your first read. If it's not there, you know where to look. And he does a great job of going through his progression. And, you know, and I always say too, like, he does such a great job of keeping his eyes up when, you know, when the pocket's kind of collapsed and he can get out of it. That's the one you saw, you know, to Ayuk the other day. Like, he's so good at that and keeping plays alive. And it's just a very special trait that not every quarterback has.
Aren't you guys 7-Eleven, always open anyway?
You know what? Someone else used that. Who was that? Was that Devontae or was that Jamar Chase? That was a great one. I appreciate that, Brian. I am always open, no matter what. I don't care if it's double or triple coverage. I'm always open. I appreciate that. No. You know what's what?
You don't want to be Chick-fil-A, right?
No,
You don't want to be close.
don't want to be close. But this is one thing I'll give you. I've never been, when I first moved to California and seen gas stations without the gas pumps, blew me away. Like, it's just like just a 7-Eleven with no gas. I'm like, why do they have these? It doesn't make any sense to me. Just go to a grocery store. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to explain that one to me, because that blew me away.
George, you get a good deal on that shirt.
This is the OG. This is from 2019, Dolly's second year, and you know, I've had to do some things where I wasn't allowed to wear logos, and everything in my locker has logos. I just forgot how amazing of a shirt this is. You know, you always got to channel Ross the boss, and you know, he's just one of a kind. You know, these undrafted free agent in his 6th year, just can't get rid of him. It's pretty amazing, and that's a compliment.
George, how much do you feel the pre-snap motion affecting the defense when you're facing them?
Oh, unreal amounts. When you can line up in like a 2x2 or a 3x1, like let's just say it's a 3x1 to the left, and then hey, there's a motion, and then right before we say hike, the running back also motions, and then we go from a 3x1 to a 3x1 on the other side. That's really difficult for a defense to adjust to that. And you've seen all like the cheat stuff where like a guy starts inside, and right before you say hike, he runs all the way outside. And, you know, it changes the, hey, who's the 1 and who's the 2, and then just causes communication havoc for the defense. And if you can handle that as an offense, and it gets really wordy sometimes, but if you can handle that, it just allows the offense to be more open, and you get all these mistakes from the defense. So I'm a huge fan of that, except when I'm doing all of the motions, because it gets tiring sometimes. But besides that, I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Peter. Way to step in. It's crazy.